Good afternoon, Speed Gaming. How's that for a setup right there? Finishing up a Super Metroid race and then immediately swapping over to a Metroid Fusion Randomizer race. I'm Army of One, being joined by the great Pikmin. How are you doing, Pick?
Doing good. I finished a hard mode Dread one not too long ago. Like,
Oh,
way in the morning, actually.
excellent.
So I've had my full of Dread, now it's back to randomizing.
Oh, I am not finished with Dread by a long shot. I am very much enjoying that game. But let's take a step back and remember what brought us to Dread. Except a little bit out of order. So this is the tiny bit, frankly. That's unfortunate. I will be working on my audio issues at the same time that I will try to be commentating over the first game of Autumn Out of Habit versus Hannibal Graham. This is the lower bracket, and these are two good runners, so this should be a good show for us.
Indeed.
So, because this is the first match of the set of three, I'll go ahead and go over what we're really doing here. So, in order to finish up the randomizer, you need to get a few items, and you need to open up a few doors. So, the items that you absolutely need are Charge Beam, Plasma Beam, Missiles, and a jump upgrade of some description, either High Jump or Space Jump. And then you also need to unlock your level 4 lock. And in order to do that, you need to go down into the bottom of Sector 4. And to do that in logic, there are a few tricky clips that you can do if you really wanted to. But you need your gravity suit, speed booster, morph ball, and morph ball bombs or screw attack. Then you need some way to get back out. So you need some sort of ice or screw attack. And it looks like we're coming up on our first item. What item are you thinking we're gonna get?
Morph, hopefully. No.
Morph, hopefully. Well, we're getting missiles.
We've had 2 speed starts in today's races already, it's fine.
Yeah, speed is usually... I mean, it's more fun to watch. It's flashier. Nice wall jump. And, ooh! Autumn with the trash pickup. Oh, Hannibal with the trash pickup. But we have Morph Ball with the missile start. You are directed directly into the vents with Arachnus. There are 5 checks there, one of which is guaranteed to be Morph Ball, because these are the only 5 checks open to them for a missile start. And let's see if the Ghidorah gives our runners nice RNG. Decent. A few beams for each of them. But Autumn manages the double, and Hannibal right behind her.
And before Arachnus gets speed boosted.
Right. Most of the time, runners do elect to fight Arachnus, just because this is along the critical path, and it's not the best idea to just leave checks along somewhere that you know you're gonna have to go. And Autumn finishing up Arachnus first, missing the double on the core, unfortunately.
Oh, it failed to get that green X. I caught it! I caught it!
How? Well, we did indeed have Speed Booster on Arachnus. Now we have all three of the opening items. This could be a fast seed to begin with, but of course it remains to be seen. So the first choice that these runners have to make are either go to Sector 2, unlock level 1 locks, and check the data room, or go to Sector 1 and do the loop there. With all three... Oh! Autumn wisely turning around and picking up high jump. So that is a go mode item. But that little bit of indecision cost her a little bit of time. Hannibal, now in the lead. So it's either going to be Sector 2 for level 1 locks, or it's going to be Sector 1 for a good number of checks in that loop. And with Speed Booster and Morph Ball and missiles, Sector 1 is more or less completely open. Hannibal heading to Sector 2 first. Autumn diverging and going to Sector 1.
Another about Divergence is really nice to see because we'll see two different locations at once and see which one is a better option that one or the other could have done.
Hannibal speed boosting through the cargo, getting an energy tank. Not bad because everything in Sector 2 hits like a truck. And Autumn showing off flashy speed booster strats. Oh, unfortunately, dropping it, but
time.
Yeah, it's a little tight if you don't do the refresh, the second refresh, up on that upper walkway. And Diffusion, that's a way out of Sector 4 right there, just sitting in the top of Sector 1.
Diffusions give an extra 5 damage to your missiles, so Autumn has missiles that hit for 15 damage.
Right, so that'll definitely be a little bit nice to go against Charge Core. Ooh,
Speaking of
there's
charge
Beam. Speaking of charge, is it being generated as we talk about it? I am very confused. What is this seed?
Fighting nothing in the lava mode.
He'll be a little bit worse for wear coming out of that lava. Oh no! Hannibal aiming has been disabled for Hannibal Graham. Well, that's both fortunate and unfortunate. That does open up a few checks and a few sneaky ways around Sector 1 if you wanted to skip a few checks, but that's generally not what runners want to see.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we're out of accessible checks in Sector 2. So it's either... Oh no! The absolutely free wall jumps of Dread getting at Autumn out of Habit's muscle memory. And Hannibal heading to Sector 3.
Sector 1 being stacked full of good items than Sector 2.
Yeah, I mean, Sector 2 had the items that you don't want to see. Sector 1, you get Varia and Diffusion. Well, he doesn't have bombs yet. Speaking of which, no, just ice missiles. That is a way out of Sector 4. It's a little bit tricky and technically not in logic, but we know that Diffusion is available to the runners, so we do have a logical way out of Sector 4. And look at how nice that charge beam is. That charge beam is so nice. You just one-shot both of those Hornodes real easy. And you get through. Oh, Autumn making the check on the watering hole as well. Nicely done. Ooh, but
bonks the wall.
Dropping the spark. Unfortunate.
And
Hannibal
nothing really found in Sector 3 other than ice missiles.
Yeah, so bombs must be, or progress, I should say. It could be screw attack. Must be in one of these 3 checks around charge core. That's one check. One check on charge core itself. Only taking 3 missiles instead of 5? 4? Oh, come on. Autumn, please. Thank you. Having a little bit of trouble. There's the bombs. There's the bombs. So Sector 1 absolutely stacked. And Autumn is in quite the lead as far as items go.
Hannibal still not going to check Sector 1.
Well, he does have Wave Beam. So he does have one check that he can make down in the depths of early 4. He's not going to find what he's looking for, but he's making the gamble. He's making a hard read. Oh, and you know what? We do have diffusion, so that opens up the other early 4 check. So even though Hannibal doesn't find anything right here, there might be something on the other side of that POW amp that he can't freeze. So that's a little bit unfortunate for Hannibal.
Yep.
But Autumn finishing up her Sector 1 loop, and we'll see where she goes next. Now she has bombs, and once she opens up green doors, more or less the entire station will be open to her. Just a few blocks here and there that she won't be able to get to. And Hannibal finally making his way to Sector 1 as Autumn leaves Sector 1.
One is high-fiving in the navigation room, just saying hi to Adam simultaneously.
And Autumn heading back into Sector 2. Sector 2 very, very tempting with bombs and high jump.
Well, she kind of has to go here. She has to unlock level 1.
That's true. That's true. She hasn't been to Sector 2 at all. Oh. Autumn didn't store the spark, so it's not as smooth as Dread.
Autumn is going to be able to check a lot more Sector 2 than Hannibal was not able to check, given she got bombs at charge core.
Right. Well, so with Speed Booster, Autumn does like to make a speedier route around Sector 2. She likes to try to bring that Shine Spark all the way up to Blue Locks. Super Missiles in the first bomb check for Upper Sector 2. Nice quality of life item. Unlocks a couple of purple Garens here and there. And speaking of sneaky entrances into Sector 1 that I was talking about, Hannibal breaking into the back of Charge Core with his Wave Beam. He must be feeling the heat after not finding anything where he was looking. So he finds bombs on charge. He's just going. He's not even checking the speed check above charge core. he's just going. So that'll save him a little bit of time, but he does. Well, it was only no, it was charge beam that was above moat. Oh, he's dropping charge. That's unfortunate.
He's dropping Varia too.
Right, and Very is nice to have, but not necessary. But that charge is that's necessary. So speaking of necessary, I'll go over the requirements. You need a few items, and you need to unlock the level 4 locks at the bottom. So you absolutely need, in order to trigger the final fight, you need charge beam, plasma beam, missiles, and high jump. Or not high jump or space jump, a jump upgrade. And you also need to unlock the level 4 locks in Sector 4, for which you need gravity, speed, morph ball and morph ball bombs or screw attack, and some way out, which is ice or screw attack. Screw attack will count as a jump in later updates. I'm not sure if it does in the current update.
It does
but
not.
Right now, it does not. So it's planned for future updates, but not currently. And Autumn realizing, oh wait, there is one more check in upper 2. Oh no, she's she saved at the top of Sector 2. Hannibal, after getting bombs, immediately raced to Sector 3 to unlock his green locks. Hannibal, Autumn, a little bit of indecision and deciding to go down into Sector 2. So Hannibal wasn't able to do this when he was here, so this may be a little bit of time Hannibal can make up.
Man, seeing the heat damage being so minimal after playing Dread, it just feels different.
Yeah, the damage runs in Dread are almost impossible. It kind of feels like it actually feels like the cold damage runs are more possible than the hot damage runs in Dread, it just feels really weird to me. So Hannibal saying hello to Bob for us.
Power
And
Bob.
it's a Power Bob. Sector 2 paying off in spades. Gravity suit found at Oasis. So that is essentially a go mode item for Autumn Out of Habit that Hannibal will also have to return to Sector 2 for. Oh, that's really unfortunate placement for Hannibal's routing.
Yeah.
And Hannibal, not enough firepower to face box, so he's going to leave Sector 3 a little empty-handed. But we will see what's behind this check on the other side of the heated room, because Hannibal now has bombs.
Just a whole lot of nothing.
So we're not using VBA.
We're not using VBA.
We're using BizHawk with the MGBA core. VBA, I don't believe has been updated in years and has poor accuracy of emulation. MGBA is very, very accurate. So that's what we're using.
Yeah, BizHawk is more. It's more akin to actually running a game on a console on a computer. MGBA runs just a slightly bit faster than BizHawk, so hence we're just using BizHawk because it makes sense. Gotta have fair accuracy when it comes to streaming.
When it comes to racing.
That too.
Yeah, my understanding is that VBA essentially is made to run the file, whereas MGBA, and by extension BizHawk using the MGBA core, emulates the physical hardware of the GBA. Hannibal picking up his own super missiles. Autumn heading to Sector 4. So we will see what's behind the POW amp in early 4 right here. And it's just an E-tank. It's a very healthy seed. Autumn soft resetting out of Sector 4. You know, we joke that she doesn't fight Ceres, but she's just not doing Sector 4 at all. She'll be heading to Sector 3 to unlock her green locks and probably be just heading straight to red locks. That will put her in a good position to just check all of Sector 4 from the left side too. So, good heads-up routing decision by Autumn out of habit to soft reset out of Sector 4.
Meanwhile, Hannibal is just going the same way that Autumn has checked Sector 2 before. He will find his gravity suit, so he won't be needing to pick up various suit, though it would be quite helpful against not being frozen against SAX's Ice Beam.
Well, he'll be on a bit of a charge hunt. He'll have to return back to Sector 1 in order to get the charge beam. And when he does that, he'll... Well, it depends upon if he's still missing plasma. Because if he's still missing plasma, he'll check where Varya is. But if he's not missing plasma and charges his go mode, he'll just be a little bit exposed during the SAX fight. Stubbing her toe a little bit on that jump to get out of the Sector 3 Level 2 lock area. Numbers are hard, folks. Hannibal picking up his gravity suit. And Autumn didn't elect to fight Zazabi. So we could see something on Zazabi, possibly. And welcome, Raiders from SpeedGaming 3. Right now, we are in the very first game of Autumn Out of Habit versus Hannibal Graham. And Autumn freezing those Novas, checking the Nova stairs, and there's nothing there for her today. But with super missiles, she'll be able to take on Box, and she will be able to make the last 3 checks for Sector 3 if she so chooses. Hannibal also not showing us as a Zabi today.
So Zombie could have plasma.
Autumn deciding against that missile upgrade. She doesn't really need it. She does have supers. Or at least she doesn't need it right now, I should say. And Autumn has fully upgraded missiles, so these babies are doing a full 45 a punch. So she'll only need 7 missiles instead of 10.
Hannibal,
Imagine having to...
sector 5.
So Hannibal is heading towards his red locks right now, I can only assume. And just a missile tank behind Box.
We know charge it very well in sector 1. I forgot what supers were.
Supers were in the top of sector 2.
Right.
And Hannibal, without... Oh, no charge makes Wave a very hard beam to work with. No, Kaga was just an E-tank. Supers were behind... under the security room, behind the first bomb check. It's usually how I describe it. And indeed, Hannibal beelining it to his level 4 locks. He doesn't have any power bombs, so he probably won't be making a visit to the Nightmare area. No, charge was above the lava moat. And no sign of plasma so far. Autumn also heading down into Sector 5 to unlock her red locks. Just a couple of E-tanks. And Autumn went ahead and made a little bit of a jump so she didn't automatically pick up that first item. Saves a little time if you don't want it. Like if it's a power bomb tank or some other junk. And Autumn is deciding against the Sector 5 play. But she is making the checks on the way to the level 4 locks.
That is certainly one way to get up there.
And it's certainly one way to check just a missile tank.
Grab battle just hiding a power bomb tank.
No sign of power bombs. Autumn checking the mini fridge, just a power bomb tank there too. Oh. Oh, Autumn is checking Nightmare's area. Not. There's not. There's only a couple of items that she can physically grab, but she can make the checks behind the power bomb blocks. Hannibal making his way out of lower sector 4. This is a tricky bomb placement that Autumn is trying. You have to get right up in that corner. And Autumn has decided against that line of action and is just going to leave. Those level 4 locks are calling Autumn's name, and she's going to go ahead and answer them. Hannibal getting out of lower 4 and now going to check sector 4 proper. So if I were to guess, it feels like Plasma is going to be somewhere here in sector 4, if I were to guess.
Probably Hero 6. Or maybe
It's
main deck too.
Right, there are a few checks in main deck that are open. We do have the 2 animals checks with green doors unlocked, but we're still not seeing any power bombs. We could see something a bit wonky, like having to fight Notori to get into Reactor Core to fight Yakuza.
Goodness.
For space jump, so that we can, there are a number of different ways that things can go really, really wild looking for this plasma beam at this moment. But with the number of checks available in Sector 4, it's most likely going to be either 4 or 6.
You could attempt, but you would still need main power bomb data in order to move the cocoon that's conveniently placed right in front of the only morph tunnel forward. Trust me, I've tried.
Yep, it's a little bit of a troll with that power bomb cocoon. And Hannibal fighting the speedy sea serpent Ceres. With full missiles, it'll only take 2 to finish him. And then another 2 to finish the core. Didn't quite get the double.
Just missiles.
But just the missile tank for his trouble. With only 2 more checks in 4, that's one of them. That's 2 of them. It doesn't look like Plasma's in 4.
Maybe it could be PB locked.
It could be PB. Actually, did Hannibal check underneath the pump
He is
control?
going to now. He checked the pump control and it's just
Okay.
item die there. Okay.
Oh
So
no,
boy ended up having nothing.
that's the power bomb check. Pump control is what lowers the water. He didn't lower the water, but I didn't.
He mostly checked the
I
item, didn't know what the
yeah.
water.
Right. And Hannibal heading out of Sector 4. Where's he going next? And yes, Autumn's back, don't worry. Hannibal heading back to Sector 1. It's gonna save actually a little bit of time entering through the green doors down here to find his charge beam.
Now it's just a 4-1 plasma hunt.
So there are 4 items in 6. 4 items in 6 that they can get without power bombs or screw attack.
But they could attempt to clip into Sector 6.
Hannibal is known to clip into Sector 6. I speak from experience with a broken seed that we had, where power bombs was screw locked and screw was locked in Ripper Tower, and plasma was in lower 6. it was a line of logic that was wait what, and at the time I didn't know how to clip. So he just clipped into Sector 6, and I'm going, where's Plasma? Where is it? Autumn making the 3rd check of Sector 6. This one's usually a pretty high percentage play. Speaking of which, there's Plasma Beam. Autumn is now in go mode. She can now head to the operations deck and fight the SAX and finish the game.
I called Speed Booster on the Magnus and Plasma in at least Sector 6. But even.
Hannibal, you have charge now. You don't have enough room. Oh wait, he bombed it. Never mind. You barely have enough room if you have the entire runway open to you right there. Hannibal making all the checks that he wished that he made earlier. So this was a bit of a speedy seed. With speed on Arachnus, of all things.
Yep.
And a nice little safety save out of Autumn. She probably doesn't need it. She has Varia. She has 10 E-tanks. She has all the health in the world as far as randomizers are concerned.
It just never.
Ooh, Hannibal making the main deck play. Going to check animals. Autumn with the nice free strats. And we'll have just enough time to see if the animals are hiding anything good on this seed. Imagine having wide on animals.
Nope.
But no, just a couple of power bombs.
That's the fall from Green X again, but thankfully got enough.
Propulsion sequence activated.
But we've had Forming Green X a lot earlier, and no, I was thinking of another waste. Never mind. No, I didn't walk it off much earlier in the way, so never mind. I'm just dumb.
Hannibal showing off a little bit of screwless. Oh, yep. So that's the cocoon that blocks reactor
do-
core if you don't have power bombs.
Can't do anything. One is going to be high-fiving Kyo just momentarily. One still trying to look for girl mode. One leaving the station.
Hitting two platforms on the way down. As screwless low height is it's tricky.
Oh no, Otto's at 1 HP.
Absolutely in shambles.
Misa guns are cutesy nails. Hopefully nothing bad happens to Mises. Oh nosies.
Minute to destination.
And no quick kill strats here. Unfortunately, without the... I should clarify. Without the wide beam, there is a very specific place you can crouch and get a stun lock on the Omega Metroid. It's... I actually haven't tried it, I've just heard about it.
More missiles at Sector 5.
Yeah, with the way that the wave beam works with the beam stacking, Kazuto had to do a little tuning in order to get it to work with the beam stacking. So the placement of the beams isn't exactly vanilla. And that is a 42-46 for Autumn out of habit. And that will be the first. And that's the forfeit out of Hannibal Graham. Welcome, Autumn. Congratulations on the taking the first win of the match.
Thank you. I will be right back. This is coming out of the wrong speakers.
Whoops.
So, suppose while we are waiting for them, Also go ahead and get the next siege set up. There will be a quick intermission because this is a randomizer tournament. There will be about a 10-minute break getting set up for the next match. And Autumn Out of Habit is back. Is it with the correct speakers this time? You're still muted.
Yeah, I'm back now. Now this is not going straight out of the monitor that's pointing right at the microphone.
Probably a good idea. So anyway, congratulations on taking the first match. I assume that we're getting a invite to Hannibal.
Yeah, Hannibal, I know, had to step away for something for a moment, so he might not be able to join
I
right away.
I see.
And speaking of Hannibal, I'm curious, what was he looking for? Was it gravity or plasma?
Plasma.
He was looking for plasma as well. But he just had the most unfortunate routing of the seed that was given here. He went to 2 first, and then he went to 3, and then he even made the check in 4 before going all the way back to 1, and then having to dip back into 2. In fact, he got wave in the Sector 2 data room. So he backdoored Charge Core for bombs, and he missed Charge Beam in lava mode.
Oh no.
So he had to double dip 2 for gravity, and then he had to go back and double dip 1 for charge. It was just unfortunate routing. Some tricky routing tricks, which can pay off, and like he got bombs. That's like an excellent payoff. But it's just there was also another go mode item in the rest of the Sector 1 loop.
Would you believe that going to Sector 1 first was an accident? I was just sort of thinking about it, and I was halfway committed, so I was like, I guess I'm doing that because it's not that much worse of a play, and it paid off.
It paid off in spade. You didn't have to double dip 2. I saw the little bit of indecision. Oh, do I go to lower 2? Do I just leave? I still have green lots to do.
That was save scumming. I was expecting lower 2 to be completely barren. So I was going to reset out of that.
Right. I mean, I saw the save for just in case lower 2 was barren. But going into lower 2, if you remember my match against Herc, like I only made 1 check in lower 2. Then I went, you know what, nothing's here. So I soft reset without checking any of the rest of lower 2, even though I was already in lower 2. 7 seconds. So that's what I was thinking when I saw a little bit of the morph ball movement sort of back and forth. Like, do I go down? Do I leave? Do I soft reset?
I think I was debating if I wanted to pick up a missile pack, and also I was getting a little bit of weird stutter out of my emulator there, so that could also be what happened.
Okay. That might have been what we were seeing. Oh yeah, and I'll just bring that up because Pikmin called speed on Arachnus, and I don't know how he did it.
This is why I don't skip Arachnus in tournament races. I mean, I'm one for skipping bosses as much as I can, but especially with only Morph Ball, I could use the E-Tank, and then it was Speed Booster instead, so that was a little better than the Arachnus Special, as Pikmin would say.
So I think we'll go ahead and distribute the next seed. It'll be a 10-minute break when we wrap this match up. So viewers in the chat, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Again, thanks for joining in the commentary booth, Autumn. And we are looking forward to the next race with Hannibal. And hopefully he will be back shortly.
Yeah, let's hope that I either get a good win or we go to game 3. Happy either way.
And with that said, I believe we will move on to the pre-race screen, and we will be back in 10 minutes. See you soon.